Hi everyone, welcome to TechBrick YouTube channel. I am Malik Arjun. In my previous video, we have learned about arrays. If any of you not yet watched, I would recommend you to watch it. As we already know that arrays are static in nature. So the size of the array, we will not be able to increase or decrease. That is where slices come into the picture. So today we are going to discuss about slices and how do we declare and initialize the slices and what are all the operations we can perform with the slice. Let's get started. Slices are built in around the concept of dynamic arrays that can grow and shrink as and when required. Slices give you all the benefits of indexing, iteration, and garbage collection optimization because the underlying memory is allocated in contiguous blocks. On a high level, slice hold the reference to an underlying array, meaning that slices are reference types. Slice is actually three-word size data structure. It consists of three components. A pointer that points to the first element of an underlying array that is reachable through the slice, which is not necessarily the array's first element. Length is the number of slice elements. It can't be exceeded by the capacity. Capacity, which is usually the number of elements between the start of the slice and the end of the underlying array. Let's say we have a slice S1 which have items like 11, 12, 13, 14 till 17 and we have index starting from 0. As we already know that slice will have a underlying array in it. This is how an underlying array looks like which has similar items in it. So S1 instead of having items it will hold something else, that is pointer, length and capacity. A pointer to an underlying array that holds the slice elements and a length that represents the number of elements in the slice, whereas a capacity that represents the maximum number of elements in that underlying array can hold. Now let's try to understand how do we declare and initialize a slice. Let's take a slice name as S1, so which is of type int. So let's try to print this slice, like what exactly it is gonna give. So yeah, fmt dot, sorry, my bad, go run main dot go. So yeah, it's giving empty. So this slice we call it as a nil slice because the length and capacities are 0 and the underlying array is nil. So that's the reason we call this particular slice however we have declared. So this we call it as a nil slice. So now we will try to understand like one more way to declare something like this. So yeah, let's remove where. So this is another way to declare the slice. So let's try like length this one and capacity of slice. Okay, so this particular slice we call it as a empty slice. Here the length and capacities are 0 and the underlying array will also have a length 0. So mm, let's try to run this. Go on main.go. So yeah, it is giving length as 0 and the capacity as 0. So this we call it as an empty slice. We can also create an empty slice using make function. So let's consider one more slice, S3. We have a make function using which also we can like create a slice. So here we specify a slice, then the capacity or the length 0 and capacity as 5. So if we specify the length as 0, then that particular slice will act as a empty slice. So instead of 0, if we specify 2, then the slice is of length 2 and the capacity is of 5. So this is how the syntax of make function. So first will be like the type of a slice and then the capacity, and then the length and then the capacity. And the capacity should always like a greater than or equal to the length. So for example, if I simply try to give the capacity, sorry, length as 6, then it will throw an error. So if you see, capacity must not be less than size. It should be like less than or equal to the capacity. So this is fine. So even if I don't specify, so by default it will take whatever the length that will be same as a capacity. So if I let's take like some capacity as 10 for now. So now let's try to print it. Since we have specified the like length as 5, so it should give like 5 zeros in that particular slice. So let's try. So yeah, it is giving 0 0 0 0. And if I simply print the length as well, length of f2 comma capacity of s3, sorry, my bad, s3. So yeah, let's clear the screen, go run main.go. So it is giving length as 5 and the capacity has 10. So perfect. So here we are like declared and we have initialized, I mean, not initialized, we like it has taken the like a default value of int. So now let's say like here we have a s2, right? So here itself we can declare and initialize. Let's say like 2 comma 3, I can simply give. So if we print the s2, it should have the length as 2 and the capacity as well as 2. Let's try to run it, what it is gonna give. So yeah, if you see here 2 comma 3, these are the slice values and the length and the capacity is also 2 and 2. So this is fine. So now we will try to understand like let's say like I want to modify the slice to like the index, let's say like 0th index, I want to modify it to 22. And then if I want to simply print f2, then let's see like what it is gonna give. So it has modified, perfect. So let's say like I want to modify the index which is not present. So 0, 1, 2, if you remember, so 2 is nothing but the third item which is not present. Then let's see like how exactly it is gonna behave. So it is gonna throw error because index out of range. This is because here we are trying to modify the item which is not present in that particular slice. So that's the reason it is gonna throw the error. So this is not possible. So either 0th index or 1 index. That is like either 2 or 3. That is the length of a slice. So we can just like modify those things. So let's clear the screen. Now anyway it should work. Perfect. So now similarly here I have specified 5, right? If I simply try to modify the 6th item, then again it is gonna throw the same error. You guys can try it out. So now we will try to understand like how do we traverse the slice. So let's say like we have taken slice, right? Like let's try to add few more items to it. Okay, so now I will try to traverse this slice s2. So like using two ways we can do, like however we are like traversing the array, similar way we can traverse the slice as well. So length of s2 I plus plus, then can simply print fmt dot println of let's say like s2 of I. So here just for differentiating, we will simply print like slice items are. So let's try to run it. Go run main.go. So it should give 22. This is because it is updating here. That's the reason. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So yeah, everything it is giving. Perfect. So now this is one way to traverse or iterate a slice. There is another way, like for key comma value using a range. So yes to fmt.println of key comma value. So key will be index of that particular value and value will be the item which is present in that slice. So let's print one more statement. Let's say like slice items are. Simply I will add some more just for differentiation. So clear the screen, go run main.go. So perfect. So 0th index is having 22, first index is having 3, second index is having 4, and so on. So this is gonna give like the index as well as the item which is present in the slice too, using a range keyword. Cool. So far we have learned what is slice, how do we declare and initialize a slice, and how do we traverse the slice. So in my upcoming videos, I'm going to discuss about how slice works internally as well as some exceptional cases of slice. So stay tuned for further updates. Thank you.